Salesmanship is showmanship, especially when you're doing an in-house estimate or asking for an add-on sale. You have to have an element of entertainment in that presentation to them. We talked about having good presentation skills a few weeks back. I'm going to use an analogy. I like to listen to podcasts. I like to listen to podcasts from blue-collar service related subjects, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, you name it, anything blue collar, I like to listen to. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Here's the problem. Most of the podcasts that I listen to in the blue collar space are educational and they're informative, but they're not entertaining whatsoever. And what happens? It starts droning on within like 5 minutes and I can't hang anymore. And I go turn on, satellite radio and listen to Aerosmith because I can't take it. They're just boring me to tears. It's like listening to paint dry or something, right? Now, here's the good news. They have amazing content. But the problem is there's no entertainment. There's no showmanship. Larry and I started our own podcast specifically to try to be more entertaining, okay? So here's the thing. You've got to come up with a way to get your message across to them. I'm not telling them you don't have to be a court jester. You don't need to be a professional comedian. You don't need to be an actor. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to make a way to show what it is that you want them to buy, entertaining enough to keep their attention. Okay? Well, how is that done? Well, a lot of times that could be done with different things that you show them. I always loved anything that I could do where I could have a demonstration. Demonstrations are entertaining. I'll give you an example. If I wanted to sell an add-on of cleaning a sofa after I had cleaned carpet, what I used to do was I'd take a little cloth, a white rag, and I would get it slightly wet, and I'd spray a little bit of cleaner on it, and then I'd put it at the end of my suction hose, my waste hose, and I'd rub it across an armrest. And then when I'd come off, I'd pull it up, and right in the middle where the suction hose was, the thing would be totally brown from the dirt. I would be pulling up some dirt just by doing that. Well, as soon as I held that up and they saw that brown dirt, they would ooh and ah, and oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That is amazing. And then I'd kind of go into the story like, can you imagine what it's like when I'm using an actual upholstery tool and yada, yada, yada. For carpet cleaning as well, we used to have an inline filter that was clear so that we could take the customer out and show them the dirty water coming out of their carpet. And they'd ooh and ah. And then what do you think that does? It gets us 5-star reviews. It gets us them telling the neighbors, like, you should have seen what was coming out of my carpet, blah, 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 blah. Look, not everything we sell is that easy, but there's always a way to make it entertaining. Maybe it's just coming up with a story from the field that you had at another job when somebody didn't do what it is that you're proposing, and then this happened to them, and that's entertaining. I'm not saying gross people out and all that stuff, but you've got to come up with some sort of way for every single thing that it is that you potentially are going to sell, that you have a story. People think I just became some sort of natural salesperson, overnight. I had never sold anything in my whole life until I was roughly 40 years old because I had always had operations jobs. But I learned very quickly that if I wanted to eat, I needed to learn how to do this. Lazy salesmen have skinny kids, as Zig Ziglar used to say. So I learned really quickly that if I'm going to sell this, I need to have this presentation and this story to go with it, right? Make it entertaining. If I'm going to sell that, I need this story, these props, this demonstration to sell this. And then all I had was, I basically sold the same 10 or 15 things over and over and over and over for 15 years. So I would just refine my presentation skills and my showmanship on those things. And guess what? More money, more money, more money, more money. The better I got at it and the more times I did it, the more I was comfortable. Because look, I'm not hugely a showman either. Even right now, I have to manufacture the energy to do a video like this, right? My natural state would be to sit at my desk and think. So, We all have to do this. It's not just you. I'm not just asking you to be the only person that has to do this. But if we want to be very successful and we want to get those referrals and those add-on sales and the bonus checks that go with it for most of you guys, we need to think about how entertaining we are, how good we are at the showmanship of in-home sales. So think about it, come up with your plan. Maybe you guys talk about it a little bit. You know, I learned a lot from other guys in my companies who were selling and they were doing something different than myself. And then I would start adding that into my little repertoire of sales and it would work amazing. So you guys have a great day in the field.